Precision move, sharp and clean. Living life on this money machine. Scalping seconds, slicing fast. Ride the wave, don't let it pass. Green and red, they set the tone. Win or lose, I'm in the zone. Trade the dots, connect the line. Profits calling, it's my time. Precision moves, sharp and clean. Living life on this money machine. Every tick's a heartbeat loud. High stakes play, I'm feeling proud. Risk and thrill, it's all the same. One more trade to up my game. Pivots turn, I'm locked and sure. Cut the losses, keep it pure. Every trend, I see the clues. I'll ride the highs and dodge the blues. Trade the dots, connect the line. Profits calling, it's my time. Precision moves, sharp and clean. Living life on this money machine. Eyes locked on the glowing screen. Numbers flash like a fever dream. Charts align like stars in space. Fingers twitch, it's a digital race. Trade the dots, connect the line. Profits calling, it's my time. Precision move, sharp and clean. Living life on this money machine. Scalping seconds, slicing fast. Ride the wave, don't let it pass. Green and red, they set the tone. Win or lose, I'm in the zone. Trade the dots, connect the line. Profits calling, it's my time. Precision moves, sharp and
Hello, guys. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Oh, why is this not working? Oh, $40. There we go. Okay. Everything is working now. How are you guys? Good morning. Somebody give me a sound check. Let me know if you guys hear me okay. Where am I? Where are you guys? There you go. Nico, good morning. Tom, good morning, everybody. Hi. We're ready to rock and roll. And first trade of the day, I'm eating it, not really trading, not not working on my setup, but it doesn't matter because guess what, guys? Overnight, funded another account. Look at this account, the 100 account is funded. Just waiting to now we don't trade it. Once you get past the 26,500, do not trade it. That's the rule of trading because if you start trading that account, it could go back down beyond the level. So I'm just waiting. I'm not touching this account. This account is fully funded. We're waiting, to get authorization, and then that will be yet another funded account to our notch. This is the first Wealth Charts account that I funded, which is great. And now we're working on a couple of more Wealth Charts accounts to get that going. In the meantime, the Trade-A-Bit accounts are all ready to go, and I've been trading that as well. So we're going to mix and match today a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of Trade-A-Bit, a little bit of Wealth Charts, mainly just trading Wealth Charts right now, because as you guys know, Wealth Charts really basically came up to par here and totally updated the indicator to our spec, so it's very easy to trade it at this point. The main thing today that's going to be interesting, I think you guys are going to see, is the contrast between how I trade the funded accounts versus how I trade the evaluation accounts in terms of aggressiveness, in terms of sizing, in terms of just approach, general monetary approach. So hopefully you guys will find it really interesting. Let me see what's going on over here. Hold on a second. I want to redo my. Bear a second with me. Okay, cool. I want to make sure I'm visible. Yet another miserable rainy day in New York. Man, the summer has just been it's been great for the lawn, but terrible for your attitude. So how's everybody doing? Anybody get funded overnight? Anybody got funded in the last couple of days? Let me know. Let's do a little celebration here for those of you guys who got funded. Good morning, everybody who's new. Who's new in the room here? Say hi to me. Say I'm new. I'm interested in finding out. It's 115. That's nice, Tony. That's nice. It's a little too hot. I was in Florida. It was 95. That's just right. 115, a little too much. I'm headed somewhere warm. I'm headed to Cyprus next week. So maybe it'll be about 95, 100 back there. We'll see. But New York's just been miserable. Hey, who's new? Somebody said he's new. Rainer, guten Tag. Guten Tag, nice to have you. Everybody who's new, Anna, nice to see you. Or Ann, sorry. Ann, where are you from? Where are you from, Ann? Anybody else new? Let me know. I want to see all the newbies say hello. California. Oh, okay. I hope you're okay. I hope you're away from the riots, surviving life in sunny land. Hey, random fact of the day. Do you know how big Texas is? Okay. Texas is so big that you could fit 2 Californias and New York State inside of it, which that's insane. I did not realize it was that big. We have anybody from Texas here? Hey, R2D2, nice to see you. Where are you from in Mexico? Are you in Mexico City? The mecca of every expat American these days? You like the way I pronounce it? Raina. Guten Tag. Yes, I'm practicing my German. I was in Austria. I was in Vienna this summer. Oh God, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw the news today. Just a horrible school shooting in Graz, Austria. Um, it sounds like just a mentally ill kid who was sounds like a former student of like it was a school. It was I don't know if it was a high school or something, but 8, 9, 10 people, 11 people are dead. Just a senseless tragedy today there. So very sad to see that. But yeah, I was in Vienna last summer. I loved it so much that now, like, you know, my my old age desire is to go out there and learn German. Oh, what's going on? My dogs are barking. Sorry guys, stop! Oh my God, sorry guys, stop! Who's here? Okay, hold on. I'm sorry guys, hold on. Marsha, are you here? Marsha, you gotta go to the other apartment. Oh, the other apartment. Sorry. Sorry guys. Sorry. Just the usual clusterfuck. Um, all right, sorry guys. A big mess. Okay. You fled Texas after growing up there? Oh, a lot of people actually go there now. Okay. Anyways, okay, I'm glad everybody's in the room. We're still nursing this trade, which looked bad, then looked good, then looks medium right now. I'm going to explain to you why I'm doing this trade, and then you will understand the basic concept. You heard the song. It says called Trading the Dots, which is kind of a summary of the scalping methodology, the very short-term trading that I do in our trading room. So what we do here is we look for, first and foremost, positive trend. Positive trend is when the short-term moving average, which is the 8-period moving average, the blue one, exceeds the red moving average. So it can be both ways. So trend can be positive and negative. In this case, we're just positive trend. That's the first condition, right? The second condition is we look for momentum. And momentum is represented by these little dots. So obviously, when we have positive trend, we're looking for positive momentum. Positive momentum, right? The third thing we're looking for is slope. Slope is just a fancy way of saying we want higher highs, lower lows. So in this particular case, the reason why I'm long this setup here in NASDAQ is because I have positive trend, positive momentum, and higher highs. This green dot is higher than the prior dot. We're always comparing against the prior green dot, right? And we're looking for just a very, very small push here, looking for just 5 points of push because that's the highest probability of continuity. Essentially, what we do all day long is look for continuity trades, right? Now, I would say that the way I present it to you is I go trend, momentum, slope, right? As the order of priority. But frankly, it's actually the reverse order of priority. The most important part of this setup is slope, momentum, and then trend is kind of third. That being said, what we do here is we essentially try to, especially in live trading, always take trades only on the trend side, right? So you can see, for example, on this chart over here. And I just missed a trade in gold. Shit. Okay, sorry. So in gold, excuse me. In gold right now, we have positive trend, positive momentum, and positive slope. So this trade over here would have worked like a charm. This was a classic continuity trade that we like to do. Is that clear to everybody? And of course, the other component that you see here is we never enter the trade until the candle closes. That's why we have a candle close down here. In this particular case, you know, we're late to this trade, so we're not taking it. But the candle close down here is our countdown, and we have the exact same thing on this. It looks like this trade is going to just go against me. I had, you know, just a little bit of push here, and it just missed me. Like it went 3-4 points my way. The idea here is that these trades, when done right, should be like 5 out of 6, 6 out of 7 accuracy, which is what we're looking for. Okay. But this is one of those trades that where it kind of died out a little bit on us. One of the reasons, by the way, why this trade I think is kind of dying out is because the really great the great trades, the scalp trades, are always at the start of the trend. You generally have this kind of a pattern that happens all the time in the markets. You have a pattern where you have a start of the trend, then the trend kind of flattens out, and then either it continues higher or it rolls over. So when it rolls over, those are the points. Like right now, it was rolling over, where you have the weakest quality signals. So in a way, this was kind of a rollover trend. Whereas if you look at the gold structure, what you see here is trend started, right? It rolled over a little bit here, and then it resumed. It resumed its move. So here it gave you a great entry here, rolled, you know, kind of flattened out, and then pushed higher. This is the pattern we love to see. You know, pause, push higher, pause, push higher is where all the money is on the upside, and it's pause, push lower to the downside when we have, you know, downside trades. So, you know, it's choppy, it's quiet. We'll see what happens to this trade. The great thing about wealth charts, as you can see here, is that we can trade multiple instruments under multiple tabs. This is a really great advantage of this platform, in addition to the fact that I can trade directly from the platform versus where I'm trading here. I'm using TradingView and integrating with TradeAvate on the bottom. You don't see me executing on TradeAvate, but it's a separate platform that I have to execute on. So that's the disadvantage of that. Looks like I got stopped out on my move, so we eat this particular trade, and now we just simply see see what happens next and wait around. Hi, Maxine from Denmark. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yes. So one of the great things about trading with us, as I said, is it's not just that, you know, I show you pretty little charts and you get to watch me trade, my pretty little charts. It's that when you come and become part of the BK family, you get the same indicator that I'm trading with, both on the wealth charts platform, as you can see over here, as well as on the TradingView platform. So you can literally go and purchase on Apex, any of the Apex accounts. I'm not gonna do the same thing we did before, where it's not even gonna matter. Yesterday I purchased it with my credit card number, and I kind of exposed my credit card number, so I had to close it down. So I'm just going to show you. You can just go to the Wealth Charts tab over here in Apex. Choose either 25 or 50,000. 50,000 is always a sweet spot. They have an 80% off now. So the key thing is, the most important part is, if you come into the Apex website, is to make sure you say BK Save. If you don't say that, you won't get the discount. Just say BK Save, and you go through the whole process, and it will give you a $50 account, $50,000 account for less than $40. And then you can trade that, and then get that funded. Just like I have these accounts, all of these accounts that I have in here. Let me just get in here. We're just going to log. Where's the concurrent location? What am I? Oh, hang on a second. Let's see if we can do this. So all of these accounts are all funded accounts, all of my funded accounts. And we're just running all of them. Some of them are 50s, some of them are 25s. Those are the sweet spot accounts that I recommend that you guys all get, because those are the easiest to pass. And you can see most of them are just sitting, in reserve for me. I'm just kind of trading the first couple of accounts. And of course, once you trade them to target, you get paid out. So $40 equals $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in payouts if you take this path properly. That's what makes it so cool. Now, what's very, very cool about this deal here. I'm sorry, I'm sharing this with you without sharing my accounts. Hang on. So you can see here that we give you the full discount, all of the stuff. Let me get rid of this. Let me go back to the charts. These are all, as I was showing you before, you guys didn't see this. These are all the funded accounts that I have in TradeOvate, right? These are all the funded accounts. So the very, very cool thing that I was going to show you is that if you guys take advantage of this deal, which I'm actually going to put up here as a link, I actually start you with a couple of Apex accounts for free. I literally give you money so you can buy Apex accounts for free, which is a great way to get started in the whole process. It's just sort of like the best way to learn how to trade very, very inexpensively. And then if you do the right job and you succeed, as many people who trade with me do, you get funded. You never risk your own capital, but you get funded and you get paid out, which is always a great thing to do. So anyways, NASDAQ kind of quiet, just kind of hanging, not doing anything. This is S&P. S&P actually looks a little better. So one of the great things about with wealth charts, we can trade multiple accounts. As I said, we already funded this account. You guys can see this account is fully funded at $26,000. But we might have a chance here for the S&P as a trade. So if the S&P gives us a green dot higher than this one, that would be an interesting possibility for us. We have a $1.22, $1.19 on the candle, so still a little bit of time before this candle closes. It's very very interesting. Opening range chop is really really schizophrenic a little bit here, going up and down, kind of crazy. But we'll see. I think either one. I honestly think there's advantages to both. The 50,000 gives you it just marginally worse on risk reward, but it gives you a bigger cushion and larger amounts of things to trade. I think either one. 25 is fine. 50 is just as good. Almost both of them are very, very good. So this one actually really, really big candle. Whoa, what's going on over here? I wonder what happens on the look, NASDAQ nowhere near as strong as S&P. So watching the S&P here, if this gives me a green dot, we will go long. If it doesn't, we're just going to wait patiently and see what happens next. It's a very, very choppy trade here on the open. Kind of interesting to see what's going on here. My stop loss and take profits are very skewed because we're looking for like a 5 out of 6, 6 out of 7 win rate. So I personally, what I do is 5-point target, 20-point stop, or 1-point target, 4-point stop on gold. On gold, it's 1.4, S&P 1.4. On NASDAQ, it's 5.20. Speaking of gold, by the way, let's take a look at what's gold doing. No trades on gold, but gold may actually set up for another trade for us. So the interesting thing that I want to show you is, let me go to my 4 count. I'm going to contrast my trading of the funded accounts with my eval accounts. On the funded accounts, the number one goal is not to make money. The number one goal is to preserve the account. In eval accounts, you want to make money really quickly, get funded, and move on. With the funded accounts, your goal should be to hold on to these things for life. Most people are able to hold on to it for about 3 days before they lose it, because they always overtrade with large size. They get greedy because they smell the money, they want the money, and of course the money disappears right in front of their eyes because they're too greedy. So like the most important part with the funded account is not to make money, is to control your greed. And I literally trade 1/10 the size on my funded accounts as I do on my eval accounts, because I'm not interested. I'm happy to like grow this account by $100, $200 a day. It's perfectly okay for me. Also, trading very, very small gives me enormous amount of flexibility to be able to repair these trades. Gives me an enormous amount of flexibility, psychologically. If I miss a trade, I don't go chasing it. If the trade doesn't work, I don't get all worked up for it. There's just enormous, huge psychic and financial benefits of trading this small. And of course, once you've got 10 of these, and with Apex you can have as many as 20. Even $100 a day across like 5 or 10 accounts becomes $1,000 a day. So you don't have to sacrifice carefulness, or I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. You don't have to sacrifice, intelligence for profit by just trading very, very small when you're trading these accounts on the funded account level. Okay, this is all down. Wow, it's just really, really choppy market today. Not much going on, right? Not much going on here. Sorry, guys, hang on. Let me, I think I need, I just got to take care of something. Tom says he's got 3 positive trades with MGC. Nice job, Tom. Nice job, nice job, nice job. Let's give you a little encouragement. Here's a little encouragement for you, Tom. All right, let me remove that. And okay, Enzo. Again, that all depends. So that's a very, that's a coaching question. And I'll save that for coaching because it's a very advanced technique. When I'm trading live with people, I just want them to see the setup, because there's 100 different ways to skin that cat. But I'm not going to get into the full details of it. But there's a lot of different ways. The simplest ways is just simply say yes, but there's 100 different ways you could trade. All right, here we go. S&P. Are you going to give me a trade? I have 59 seconds left on the S&P. What's the NASDAQ trade doing? Ooh, look at that. NASDAQ setting up too. We're starting to really, really pop. So we're going to try and go both. I'm going to see if I can. Oh, wow. It's really, really rocking here on NAS. It's really soaring. 35 seconds left. I'm just going to be very, very patient. All of a sudden, we started to really pop up. Same thing on the S&P. This is a clear buy pattern for us. Positive trend, positive momentum, positive slope, assuming, there's a big assumption here, of course, because a lot of volatility, these green dots hold. If I don't have a green dot holding, I have no trade. So I'm going to actually focus on the S&P, on NASDAQ first. Okay, I'm going to show you how easy it is to take 2 separate trades in wealth charts. 3, 2, 1, buy market. Then we're going to go over here, buy market. And now we're in both trades super, super fast. You can watch the development of these trades over here, see how they go, see where they go. What's my target on this thing? Wait, no. Did I have a wrong thing on this thing? The only thing I screwed up. Oh, yes. Sorry. This should be 16 ticks. The only thing is I of course, was not paying attention. 16 ticks and take. No. I'm screwing this up. No, that's right. Yeah. 4 ticks, 16 ticks. That's right. That's right. Actually, I'm going to just flatten this trade out because I'm a little bit wrong on this trade. Now I'm going to go to NASDAQ, see if I can hit the target here. What's my target on this thing? It's 85, right? It's 86.25. And what was the high on this? 86. What? How did this not hit me? 86.50. 86.25. This should have hit me. I don't know what. Did this hit me? No. Oh, that's interesting. What is my bracket on this? 2080. Yeah. That's interesting. I wonder whether they went through my thing. Sorry, I got a little bit. 81, 86. Do I have this wrong? 86.50. No, it shows high 86.50. Wow. I don't know why this did not go through my thing. Maybe it's weird. All right. We'll just have to stay in the trade. We'll see how this goes. Cat says if there isn't any volume, you won't trip take profit and take risk. Okay. So we'll just have to just be a little bit patient for the trade. Yeah, the bracket is 416 on the yes. Correct, Dr. D. Correct, Rocky Balboa. Absolutely correct. This trade goes against us. So we just did not get executed. Just bad luck on this account. And that's the beauty of trading the eval. I'm trading large size. Two bad trades on me. This account is gonna, what is that? Like it's like $25. I burn it. That's the whole attitude of trading the evals. Evals are for taking good trades, and if the markets go against you, you get blown out because you're trading large size. When you're trading funded accounts, you trade such small size. Like here's a good example. I'm actually going to take this trade here. I'm going to take the take this trade over here in gold, because what do I have here? I have positive trend, positive slope, but this is a very, very small trade. This trade will never ever blow me up as a trade. My target here is, why is this not showing me the target? Am I 4? There's some issues here, guys, with integration lately where it's not showing the trades, the exit trades. But I'll tell you what the exit trade is. It's 69.1. 69.1 on gold. We'll see if that trade gets taken. Just watching it here. And we're done. So gold works like a charm, straight up trade. NASDAQ just simply missed our exit. We got clipped out, bad luck, but it's also very, very choppy. This is kind of like been the story. 930 has just been, turbulent chop. And a lot of times 930, trade is just not very conducive to what we need to do. Last night, I made all my money in Asia session trade, just trading the same setup. And that's the thing. The beauty part about the setup is it can trade any time of the day. And sometimes the quiet time of the day is actually the better time of the day to trade this. This account gets burnt. I think I wonder if this account, how close am I to getting to burning? Oh, I have it. So one good thing about well charts, it'll tell you how close you are to the burn level, and I have about another $400 on the burn level. So I'm not quite dead, but I'm very much like Carlos Alcaraz, three match points down on this account. Unlike Carlos Alcaraz, I don't know if I'll be able to actually rally this back up to its full ability, but it doesn't matter because if it doesn't work, we'll open up another account. The basic methodology of how you trade the prop business is, and this is probably a really good ratio to think about, is for every 3 accounts you buy, you try to pass 1. If you're in that space, you're golden. That's really hard, by the way, incredibly hard. Only 4% of people who ever take an account ever pass it. But the guys who trade with me, 70% of those people pass it because we have a good methodology for how to do it. But generally, like, even if you're good, what I'm saying to you, when you are good, not just when you're a general public, when you're good, 1 out of 3, great ratio. It's like baseball. You're a 300 hitter, you are in business. Because then, and even then, even if you go into the funded land and you have like 10 funded accounts, and I definitely don't intend to be that way, but even if you're like a 1-3 unfunded, just think about this. You spent, I don't know, what, $60, 3 accounts, $25, $30 to get funded, and then another $100 to activate those accounts. So let's say all in $400, and you get paid out $3,000-$4,000. I mean, those are great ratios. And for every $300-$400 you spend, you get paid out $3,000-$4,000. Those are great ratios. It's also the side benefit of that, of course, is you really learn how to trade well, and you can trade your own accounts. So to me, this is what makes the game so much fun. That's correct, Santiago. Yes. Okay. I am watching this. So this gets interesting here. So we're back to looking at NASDAQ. Now, here's a more nuanced way of looking at this. I'm actually going to remove this. Let me see if I can go to turn history off. You see how there's a red dot here, but we have 2 green dots in between. And I'm actually am perfectly comfortable taking this trade up. Because it's still positive trend, still positive slope, still positive momentum, even though there's kind of a red dot in between them. But again, I need the green dot to hold here. And if it doesn't, I have no trade. Our email, I'm going to put our email in case you want to get a hold of us, is contact@bktraders.com. Okay, 32 seconds left. Really starting to look like a nice, good momentum candle. Maybe they finally decided to start buying it. I'm going to do something just for shits and giggles, because why not? Let's have fun. I'm going to try to recover that last trade. This is do or die, all in trade. This is either going to work or if this account gets blown, but it's fine because if it does, it does. Otherwise, we're going to try to recover some of this account. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, buy. Okay, we're 4 long, 87 78.75 is my target. 78.75. Can I make this target? No, I get blown out. Fine, no problem. It just makes it easier for us to move on to the next account. I will do that a lot because I don't want to waste my time 5, 6, 7 days nursing a hobbled account. It's either, it either recovers to a level where I can go hit a target or it just gets blown out. Okay, so in the meantime, we can go back to no signal on S&P, although S&P, if this candle goes green, will give us a legitimate trade here to the upside. So we'll watch the S&P trade. NASDAQ is very choppy today, man. Wow, NASDAQ has just been. NASDAQ is the new gold today, huh? Just slipped. By the way, this slipped down. This trade, if I traded just one contract, could have still been positive. But I gave myself no room. That's the whole point. When you're trading large size, you give yourself no room for error. When you trade small size, like I do over here, you give yourself all the room for error that you can have. You can have multiple rooms for error, and none of it will be a problem, right? So, if I'm trading this over here, actually, this is a good example here. We can trade, if this thing gives us a green dot, we can trade this properly to the upside again. S&P, also same thing. So we can trade this in small sequences if we get the signals. Let's trade. Let's see if we get a signal here. Nope, no signal. But maybe the next candle. Okay, nothing here, nothing here. I'm going to show you. I have a. Let's go back to my funded account and see if this candle holds, and we'll trade it. We'll trade it. Funded away. Don't I need red dot, green dot? Yes, I have a red dot, green dot, green dot. That's what I'm trading right now. Before, I took a more aggressive tone where I was just trading because it was positive trend, positive momentum, and there was a red dot in between. I was like, this is still higher, therefore it was a legitimate trade. But now, by the way, you see this trade would have, had I not gone large for contracts and not blown myself out, I would have been able to get this done. I'm going to show you what to do next, by the way. Just hang with me. We're going to take this trade, and I'm going to show you how to get a new account and how to make sure that you get the greatest amount of savings with the account that you trade. So 28, 29 seconds. This trade is fighting me. S&P also really coming back. All right, so NASDAQ, 19 seconds. We're going to watch this carefully. We're going to see if this is going to give us a trade here. Nine seconds. We are not going to move on this. Wow, it really went away. Yep, no trade. No trade. That's good. We're not going to move until the candle exhausts. So no trade. It kind of just sort of bursts up. Now it's just going to be take a long time for these trades to materialize. Okay, let me see if I can do one thing. Just bear with me a second. I want to go to, let's see if I go to Firefox. Hang on a second, guys. I'm just working on something, and I'm watching the screen from the other end. Nothing much is going on here, so we have no trades for a second. Just want to show you how to properly do the Apex accounts. Where is my Apex account? Passwords not filled. Okay, Apex. Bear with me. I'm just working my accounts here. Copy. Control. Save. Okay. All right. Let me share this with you guys. So you guys are seeing the screen. Not much going on here. Nasdaq turns negative, so there's no trades. I traded Nasdaq and gold both. All right. Let me try this one. So. Stop screen, present, share screen, entire screen. No, this one. Okay. No. Window. This one. Okay. Share. Okay. Cool. All right. You're like in my private Apex account versus the corporate one. So the Wealth Charts account that we got blown up, which was the 101 account, right? The 101 account. That's what I'm looking for. This one, 101. First order of business, just cancel it, because with the 80% discount you guys are getting right now, it's cheaper. I just say no need anymore. It's cheaper to buy a new one than it is to get this one. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Wealth Charts 2500. I'm going to make sure that I use our BK Save code, right? And then you simply go over here. You say yes, process. I'm not going to give you my credit card number, but you see, it's only $30, right, to buy a new one, which I will buy one later on. It's much cheaper to do that than to reset the account, which is $40. Just cancel it, buy a new one. And be ready to go. And then tomorrow you'll see I'll have a new account ready. Okay, let me stop sharing. Hold on. Hide, stop screen, and then let me just blow out this one. Leave. No. Cancel. Here. Settings. Present. Just for a second here. Share screen. Windows, this one, share, boom. Okay, we're back in business. Yeah, we don't have any signals, so nothing much is really going on. So I'm just waiting patiently to find trades here. Oh, you know what, Kimmy? So what I'm going to do is, here's the link. You don't really need the link. You just, if you go to, as I said, as long as you use the BK Save code, you're fine. Just don't forget to use the BK Save code for Apex. But you could, that is hard if you're watching it on your phone. It's the QR code assumes that you're watching it on a desktop, and you can use your phone to link it. But I'm gonna put the link into chat, and I'm gonna put the other link if you guys want to get our accounts 365 link in here. So the other thing that's important about kind of watching this on a day-to-day basis is to understand that you can do everything right and still get blown up, which is why. What I mean by that, we had like that Nasdaq trade we had. It was, it was there. It just simply didn't have any volume at that price, and we did not get cleared. Rarely, but sometimes, sometimes it happens. You're at the price, but the market just simply isn't there. And all of that is just testament to the fact that when you're trading funded, you have to assume, like I used to always joke around when my kids were little, especially my son was little. I used to practice what's called defensive parenting, which is that like if we come into a restaurant, I would make sure that every sugar packet and every glass was out of the way, because he was sure to hit the glass and spill everything out of the way and all that kind of stuff. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I mean. I used to call it anticipatory parenting, where you always anticipated that everything and anything will go wrong, and your job was to try to eliminate as many of those problems as possible ahead of time. And trading is very much the same way. Everything does and will fuck up. That's why you can never ever take it personally, right? But everybody always does, because I had it all and then just one wrong trade and it kind of went the other way. My point is, the fight against the arrows of fortune. Oh God, what is the Shakespeare quote? Whatever, the wretched arrows of unexpected fortune. Basically, the fight against the unfairness of life in trading is lots and lots and lots and lots of backups, lots and lots of accounts, lots of evals, lots of fundeds. So you are never at the mercy of one trade, one account, one setup. Having the flexibility really, really gives you enormous amount of both mental and financial strength. So I'm kind of watching. So this is NASDAQ. Nothing on NASDAQ. Let's see what's doing the S&P. S&P also not really not giving us, but the S&P may be a trade over here. So at this point, I'm just trading the 102. Looking for S&P trades. The NASDAQ one, I'll fund again, and I'll trade fund. You notice, by the way, that what I try and do is I'm basically trading kind of like one instrument per account. That also helps you a lot, because sometimes the instrument you're trading is just not working. Sometimes the market is not working. Sometimes the instrument you're trading is not working. Sometimes the setup you're trading is not working. So you kind of, the more accounts you have, the more choices you have. That's the beauty. That's the great thing. That's why I love trading with Apex, because they make it so cheap to give you choices. That's the beauty of capitalism. Capitalism is all about cheap choices, right? As opposed to communism, which is only about cheap dictatorship. Unfortunately, Apex. There's not a lot of African countries where Apex covers, because it's very, very hard. The payment issues there are very hard. The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Thank you, Nathan. That is, the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune is the very definition of life and trading. And the only defense against slings of arrows of outrageous fortune is to have multiple accounts and multiple ideas. How do I handle myself when my stop loss got hit? You see, I don't really, it doesn't affect me much. It used to affect me a lot, but once I learned, first of all, to trade small size on my funded accounts and to just trade multiple accounts on my evals, I stopped caring at all. It's you're gonna get stopped out at least 2 or 3 times a day, even in my high probability setups. If you're trading lower probability setups, you can get stopped out much more. So the best way to do it, the greatest thing to do about this is, that's why you take many of these evals. The more you trade, the more you actually experience. Anything I tell you is meaningless. Somebody made this really great analogy. They said, it was a little ribald, but I thought it was super accurate. They said that trading is exactly like sex. You can never describe it. It's always an experiential thing. You can just kind of guide people on the best practices, but it's always an experiential thing, and you got to learn yourself. So go out there. That's my motto. Go out there. But yeah, the cool thing with trading with us is that you have a method and an approach that guides you in the right direction. Watching the S&P right now, see if I can get the second trend structure. Let's see if that goes. That takes us. I don't. You can try. I think we have another partner called Think Markets. Let me see if I have the. Oops. I think it's Think. I'm not sure. Nope. It's www.thinkmarkets.com. I think they will take your stuff. Great question. What's the difference between a 360 and a monthly community membership? The monthly community membership. Oh, I got a trade. Hang on. Buy. Let's go long here. So this is S&P. We're looking for just 1 point. Target is going to be 23.75 on the S&P. As you can see here, let me just get rid of all this stuff. Turn history off so you can actually see this. So we have positive red, green dots, positive trend. Let's see if we can make this this trade. Man, I got to tell you, today is a brutal day in scalp land. It's really making us work for every single point we can, but it's a legit setup. We're taking it. Let's see if it can push a little higher. Market seems to be just kind of in a very hurry up and wait mode, which is the most toxic kind of environment, because what it does is it sort of flirts with the idea of momentum. We're always trading momentum. It always flirts with the idea of momentum and then kind of dies out. Oh, shoot, screen is black. Sorry, guys. Oh, wow. What happened? Why is my screen black? Okay. Share. Sorry. Do you guys see it? Sorry. I'm long. Sorry about that. Okay, here's the screen. So the main difference is you get access to my coaching, which is very advanced techniques that we discuss like every Thursday. You get VIP access to Kathy and all of her signals, and then it's a 6-month program, and also I buy you Apex accounts, so you get to have free accounts. So it's a much more advanced program. People who are serious are always in the 360. People who are just trying us out, start at the beginner. So it depends. If you want to be like, if you really, if you want to kind of commit to trading for like 6 months, it's a great program to run. See, I have all this unsolicited advice, unsolicited comments on my part. What's NASDAQ doing? Nothing, man. Guys, man, today is just a bullshit day in the market. The irony of the whole thing is, what's the best trade today? Gold. It has the cleanest trend moves, right? I mean, irony. Gold has always been the hardest part for us, but gold is the best trade today. Really, really funny. S&P also just not moving, man. Not giving me any trades. So sometimes it is like that. Remember yesterday? Remember I told you guys, before I got on the plane, I said, hey, don't despair. The 10 o'clock hour sucks, but the 11, 12 hour is going to start moving. And how much trend was there? Was so much trend. I don't know what happened yesterday. I forgot. But there was so much trend there in the 11, 12 hour that that there were just amazing trades. That's where I made all my money. That's where I funded the account. So just be patient. Like, sometimes the 9 to 10 hour is the shittiest hour, and that's fine. You get to learn, you get to see the setups, you kind of get to see what's going on over here, and then maybe it kind of hits. Let me see where we're at. Am I there? 23.75 is my target. 23.75. Very close. I'm looking to see if I can move this. Man, really, really. So we're looking for 23.75. There we go. And we're finally done. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Talk about working for a point. It's like the hardest, working man in show business today. All right. But anyways, it was good. We made money, banked out. This account is growing nicely. I'm going to start a new account. This one is going to go into funded mode tomorrow, which would be great. The funded accounts are moving nice and clean here, into territory. And those of you guys who want to come hang out with me on coaching, let's do it. I'm also going to do one of the advantages, just kind of make it really attractive for people to want to come join. I'm going to do some special events for the people, members who are, members of coaching, like maybe special trading sessions for coaching members only. So I encourage you, come hang out. This is the link. Give it 6 months. I'm very confident. I can't promise you because you can never promise anything in the markets, but I'm very, very confident that I will get you a couple of funded accounts. Like almost everybody who's a member of coaching has been able to fund their accounts as they go to the end. As I said, 70%, but that was really in the olden days. I think now in new days, it's closer to 80, 90% that are getting the stuff funded because we have a really, really good system to do it. So that's it, guys. We end on a win, which is the best way to end. And I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully the markets will be a little bit better, man. They've just been sucking balls in the open. And the thing that's kind of, what's very annoying about for S&P, it's actually been okay. But when you look at this pattern, it looks like it's actually relatively decent for our structure, but because there's so much inter-candle back and forth, so much turbulence inside of it, it's very tricky, especially on NASDAQ, where the turbulence kind of shakes you out. This is it's a net positive pattern with a lot of turbulence in between, which doesn't make it very attractive. By the way, so here I'm just gonna. This is on my funded, right? This is not a trade. Just kind of show you. Let me see if I could do this with a, trend line. This is not a trade. This is not what I want to take, especially if I'm on my funded. This is not because this is not higher than the other one. This is kind of flat to maybe even down. This, on the other hand, if I get a green dot here, then that's a legitimate trade for me. Like this, what I'm saying here is if you look at this over here, that's positive slope. That's where I want to be. I want to be on a tilt. If this thing goes up, but it doesn't look like now it's just dying out. But it was flirting with us. But we're now getting into that magic hour of 10:30 when they maybe start moving prices up or down. And if they start moving things up, this is going to start really printing those positive patterns. It's going to make it really, really good trades. Okay. Thank you, guys. Everybody enjoy. Yeah. Lee, just email me. Lee, absolutely. Email me. We'll take care of you. I'll take care of you. Absolutely, Lee. Just email me. Let me know, and I'll set you up. No problem. Everybody on the account. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Everybody have a great, great day. Enjoy. I will see everybody tomorrow, and maybe the markets will be a little bit more in sync with us. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.